Stan Gibilisco here to talk a little bit about the coming revolution in publishing as I see it. The traditional find an agent finds a publisher, your book sells some copies, the agent gets a cut, and eventually, if you're lucky, you make a little bit of money. Well, all of that, all of those middlemen, middle people, Middle Earth, all of that is going to go away, particularly because books most commonly still appear in paper form. That must change if the publishing world is to avoid destruction at the hands of internet pirates, as they call them. Bootleggers is a better term. If you bootleg a copy of a book, there are basically two ways to do it. You can do it electronically, from an electronic book, obviously, or you can do it by literally copying a paper copy and then sending out PDFs. And the internet abounds with sites that distribute pirated copies of books. Mine have been pirated to the point where I'm really sometimes rather surprised that I can make a living yet at all in this business. But that's about to change. And I think Adobe Systems Incorporated sort of has a lead on this, sort of has the edge on this with their Adobe Illustrator, or now what they call Adobe Creative Cloud, where you subscribe to the service and it improves whenever it's appropriate for it to improve, and it happens a lot. It's a moving target for hackers and pirates. They could never possibly keep up. So the idea being is, here you are, you want to purchase, say, Statistics Demystified, all right? Someone says they've found some mistakes in the book, and you check and you find that for the most part, these mistakes that they pointed out are not really their mistakes, they're just their misinterpretations. But there are some mistakes. Someone finds a specific error in the book or finds a suggestion for improvement. You can make that improvement to an electronic book copy on the spot and send copies of the new book to every subscriber to that book. Right then, someone finds a mistake, it's found to be legitimate, and within minutes it can be corrected. No one could possibly pirate a work like that, because it's never the same from moment to moment. As soon as a pirated copy gets distributed, it's obsolete. And pirates just wouldn't be able to keep up. They'd be able to produce copies of the work, but they wouldn't be up to the quality of the book as it evolves moment to moment. So you can say, okay, you can pirate this work and get a second-rate copy, or you can subscribe to our service and be right on top of things, moment to moment to moment. That's how I think the publishing world is going to work. It's going to turn into a subscription service. And if you decide you don't like the book anymore, you made some sort of a down payment so that you can't just quit and not be out anything at all. But you can just quit. If you decide you don't want to subscribe anymore, you unsubscribe. But you have to pay a fee, monthly, say, to have a legitimate subscription. We can do things like beam neutrinos through the earth from Chicago to my hometown right here in the black holes of Dakota Territory, United States of advanced technological research. But when it comes to the United States of authors, we live in the Stone Age yet. And that will change, particularly with regards to technical works. Now, there still will be coffee table books, so-called coffee table books of high-quality photographs of places like the black holes, for example. Glossy color photos, expensive collector's items. No pirate will ever be able to produce anything like that. You can produce an electronic copy of a coffee table book like that. It's ludicrous. It's like alcohol-free tequila. Want some alcohol-free tequila? Well, it doesn't cost you anything. But if you want the stuff with the bite, you gotta pay the price. Things are going to work out in such a way, not that pirating has to be rendered illegal and people have to be chased down and thrown and cuffed and stuffed, but simply because pirates will themselves become obsolete. They'll still be around, but for the most part, they'll just be second players in the big game. That's the way I see publishing evolving, or something like that. And as for the author, he's going to have to be, or she is going to have to be very careful about the kinds of contracts that we end up developing with this industry, or the publishing industry as it then exists will do the same thing to us that they've been doing all along for hundreds of years. The person who contributes the most receives the least. Stan Gibilisco's cynical axiom number 2 must itself become obsolete. Rant for the day over. Weather terrible. Tomorrow's weather hopefully better. Studded tires on the vehicle. Get ready for the winter. There's nothing more you can do to stop it than the revolution in publishing that is on the way. Until next time, Stan Gibilisco signing off from the black holes of Dakota Territory, United States of authors. So long.